What is going on, SKF here, and welcome to a FIFA 20 video. We have the Prime Icon Moments. This is only part 1. I can make part 2 if we can hit 10 likes. That would be much appreciated. I also made some new designs on these cards. As you can see, these aren't the ones that, from last year. So hopefully you guys do like the design. I made the faces. Obviously, the pictures are different, and also they're much larger. So hopefully you guys do like the design. And yeah, please, of course, hit the like button. So we're going to start out with these three. Of course, we've got George Best, Marco Van Basten, and Lothar Matthäus, who all three of these guys actually had moments cards. I believe there was actually 30 missing from last year, so a lot. And we also have new icons this year, so hopefully we get a lot more. And yeah, so George Best, very common one, he was, a fan favorite. You'd see him a lot in the draft specifically, and probably the number one icon right wing would be George Best. Quick, he's very good dribbler, and just in general, a perfect winger. So always going to be a good choice in foot, and yeah, his moments card will look pretty decent. We also got Van Basten. I actually had this guy for a decent amount of time. He's all around striker. He's quick. He's strong, he has everything, and he's a great finisher. So this card's pretty decent. Probably won't be a too expensive card, but will still be a top tier striker for most of FIFA. We also got Lothar Matthäus. Not one I ever used, a very expensive one because of his stats. He's a very well-rounded, perfect center mid, but he's a bit short, I believe 5'9", and only has 3-star skills. So that kind of throws it off for me in that aspect of it. But the card itself is really good. He has great pace, good shooting, good passing. His defending's great. So he's a very good balanced card, and definitely a usable card, but not one I would go after just because of the price tag. So yeah, these three are pretty decent options, and hopefully we will see them next year. And on to another three that were actually in the game last year. We have Thierry Henry, Ruud Gullit, and Franco Baresi. I used Henry at the end of FIFA, and he was very good. Definitely one of my favorite strikers. I've used all of my time playing FIFA since FIFA 14. And yeah, definitely one I'm going to be looking forward to getting next year, even though he's going to be crazy expensive. I actually completed him at the end, when all the special cards were in packs and icons were much easier to complete. So definitely one, if you guys are somehow able to get him, definitely one to look for. He's very quick. Another, very well-rounded striker, but a bit better than, definitely better than Van Basten. He's strong, great on the ball. He has skills, and of course his finishing is incredible. Like for me, he would have his, his back to goal, and he would just wrap his leg around the ball and just hit it top corner. He was very good. So definitely a top tier icon, a meta and end game striker that I will definitely be looking to get next year. We also have Ruud Gullit. Everyone knows Ruud Gullit. He's been around for quite a while, and all I gotta really say is big and painful. He's very well rounded. Of course, you can play him at center mid, you can play him at center back, you can play him at striker, and yeah, this card I believe last year was a center forward, so it'll probably be the same this year. And yeah, he's quick, like I said. He's a great shooter, good passer, good on the ball, can defend a bit, and very strong. So, Gullit, definitely a popular player, especially, amongst the pro players. So definitely will be a very expensive card, and probably not one many people are going to be able to obtain. We also have Baresi, not one I really saw that much, and not one that's exactly desirable because of his height and his pace. He's not ideal and doesn't exactly fit a meta center back, but he's a very good defender, obviously, very high top tier defending, and he's very good on the ball, which is actually pretty important for a center back. His playing out of the back, his passing, and his ability on the ball, his dribbling's pretty good. So it's not a bad center back, but again, not one that people are gonna really be going after for. And on to our first new icon of FIFA 20, we've got Garrincha, not one I ever saw play, and yeah, like all Brazilian wingers, he's got skills, I believe 4-star skills and 5-star weak foot, as well as very high dribbling. And yeah, his card could be very good next year. Like I said with George Best, very well-rounded winger, perfect attributes, and definitely could replace, Best as the main icon right winger. He probably will be quite expensive just because of the height, but his card does look very good. And you could have, Garrincha on one side, Ronaldinho on the other, the two Brazilian wingers, so he could be an interesting option next year. We also got Ronaldinho, who had one last year. Very skillful, of course, 5-star skills. Very fun to watch as well as in-game. Yeah, his primer card was insane last year. You know, he's so good on the ball and has a good shot on him. So definitely a card that's going to be desirable. But like I said, with Hullet will be very expensive. Same as Cruyff. I actually had him this year, and his card was excellent. I do hope he gets an upgrade, though, because he does definitely, personally, I believe, deserve a higher rating than the 95 that he has. And yeah, this card would be insane. Of course, great on the ball. Very good technique that Cruyff did have. You know, of course, he did create his own skill move, the Cruyff turn. And just, you know, all-around great attacker. You can see his stats are, you know, very well rounded. So definitely will be a great option. Not one used by a lot of people, you know. Cruyff is not very popular, at least from what I've seen, but definitely a great card in game. Very fun to use. He also has that 5-star skill move. So these three would be pretty exciting to, you know, try next year. And on to Lev Yashin, Paolo Maldini, and of course the very much anticipated Zinedine Zidane. So of course we have Lev Yashin from last year, probably one of the greatest goalkeepers of all time. You know, he was the only goalkeeper, I want to say, to win the Ballon d'Or, so he will of course be an insane goalkeeper. He was last year, and I mean, I don't think it's necessarily one I will be looking to be going for, because he is a goalkeeper, and I don't think icon goalkeepers are necessarily vital to a team. You know, you can always get a De Gea, or I guess in this year's instance, maybe like a Alisson or a Oblak, or I guess Ter Stegen. You know, there's so many good goalkeepers that can do a job, because, you know, goalkeepers do make mistakes. But yeah, obviously going to be a top-tier goalkeeper in FIFA 20. We also got Paolo Maldini, considered by many to be the best center back of all time. And yeah, last year he was insane, and I expect him as well to be this year. The same, you know, very quick, very strong, very good defender. You know, just the complete defender. So will definitely be a very good option, but again, very expensive for a center back. And of course, we do have Zinedine Zidane, who you can play literally probably anywhere across the midfield. Probably not CDM, but, you know, center mid, cam, center forward, probably striker. He just looks very good. Another one that's going to be extremely expensive because he is top tier, and as well as, you know, a new icon. So not the quickest, but, you know, like Cruyff, very good technically, and his dribbling is going to be insane. I think, I want to say 5-star skills maybe. And yeah, he's going to be a great shooter, especially from outside the box, and his passing should be near perfect. So this card is going to be a very anticipated card for next year. And on to the highest rated icons in FIFA 20. We've got R9, Pele, and Diego Maradona. R9, very rare card that was impossible to get, because of course his SBC wasn't released, and, you know, he didn't exactly pop up on the market. He was literally extinct at every moment. But this card, literally the complete attacker. You know, he's quick, strong, technically so gifted. He has 5-star skills. He can finish, he can pass. Literally the perfect attacker, and he will be not only very expensive, but a very good card for next year. We also got Pele. Of course, we all know Pele. I believe his primer card last year was a cam, but I did make it a center forward. Again, another great card that's going to be very expensive, as you'd expect. It's Pele. So, I mean, I don't really need to say much more. He's Pele. We also got Diego Maradona. Not one I was a big fan of, because he had low stamina, and he, of course, is quite small, but, you know, obviously a great card. His stats are almost similar to Pele's. You know, very good player, and again, very expensive, but, you know, you'd expect it from these three players, and definitely ones that are going to be top tier and definitely endgame cards for the whole year. So yeah, that's going to be my video for these 15 icons. Of course, I'm going to try to make a part 2. Only if we can hit 10 likes, that would be much appreciated. So yes, please like this video, subscribe, and of course, thank you for watching.